Big rip, come on. Nice, big fella.
Do y'all see how big Xander Zayas is? As he revealed his more training footage, his conditioning, strength and conditioning training.
Only weeks remain before the highly anticipated collision between Jaron "Boots" Ennis and Xander Zayas. The boxing community has been buzzing after Zayas revealed a remarkable physical transformation that many believe could shift momentum in his favor heading into the showdown. At the same time, the Puerto Rican contender opened up about a tense moment from their previous face-off. Zayas explained that Ennis repeatedly tried to grab his championship belts despite being warned not to. According to Xander, he told Boots from the beginning that the only way he would get close to those titles was by looking at them from a distance because they were not leaving his possession anytime soon. When Ennis allegedly continued touching the belts, Zayas said he stepped forward, knocked him down, and made it clear that the joking was finished. He stressed that no matter who stands across from him, he refuses to allow any form of disrespect going into the fight.
And from him, was there like...
No, to be honest, I mean, I knew that was something that was going to happen. He was going to touch the belt. And at the beginning, I told him, touch him. This is the closest you're going to get to them. So I don't mind you touching what's mine, because at the end of the day, he's going to stay at home. But then at the end, he just started rubbing. I'm like, all right, bro, like, we're good. Like, you don't have to keep touching him. And he touched him again, so I dropped him. I'm like, all right, this is the last time. What's up? And
turning attention toward camp preparations, Zayas stated that his training routine has remained similar to previous fight camps, keeping the same relaxed but disciplined atmosphere around his team. He mentioned that he enjoys surrounding himself with trusted people during camp because it helps him stay mentally sharp and comfortable throughout the process. Zayas also admitted that his team has been making strategic adjustments specifically designed for Jaron Ennis, although he made it clear that those details would remain confidential. Calling them part of the overall game plan, he refused to reveal anything publicly. Still, he sounded extremely confident that his preparation will allow him to handle whatever Ennis brings inside the ring.
Yeah, what's different about this camp? Obviously, like, I mean, you could say this is probably your biggest fight of your career so far. Like, what are you doing differently in this camp?
Nothing. Having the same fun, keeping the same energy. I enjoy being in camp. I enjoy having my people around. So, to be honest, it's been pretty much the same, obviously. Working on the things we need to work on, preparing for Boots and Ennis. But other than that, pretty much same thing, same energy.
To exploit Boots?
I mean, yeah, of course. There's always things. Again, there's a lot of holes that I know I can take advantage of come fight night. But I don't want to discuss them on cameras.
Beyond the verbal exchanges directed at Boots Ennis, Xander Zayas has been grinding non-stop in the gym, sharpening every aspect of his offense on the mitts and heavy bag. One major focus of his preparation has been improving his hand speed and overall explosiveness, understanding that quick reactions and unpredictable attacks could become critical against an opponent with Ennis's talent. Zayas has repeatedly drilled fast combinations in training, hoping to surprise Boots with sudden flurries of accurate punches during key moments of the fight. The Puerto Rican star appears completely committed and determined to maximize every advantage possible, believing his dedication in camp could ultimately decide the outcome when they finally meet in the ring.
Nice, big fella.
Getting ready for my next fight. And I want to wish a happy 28th to my favorite prospect.
Meanwhile, Jaron "Boots" Ennis dismissed the idea that Xander Zayas present a major danger to him, boldly claiming there is not a single area where Zayas surpasses him. Ennis insisted that he owns the edge in speed, ring IQ, punching power, and defensive skills over the Puerto Rican champion. Boots also predicted that the fight could end by stoppage, although he clarified that he would not aggressively chase a knockout and instead believes it will happen naturally over the course of the contest. Ennis sounded completely certain in his abilities, even saying he would confidently bet on himself because he already sees the outcome clearly in his mind before the opening bell ever rings.
But I think there's nothing he do better. Like I do everything. I jab better. I'm faster, smarter, stronger. I got more ability. Like defense better, everything.
So do you feel like, would you be satisfied if you don't get a spectacular stoppage with him?
At the end of the night, it's all about winning. And
Right.
as long as I'm winning, and which I know I'm going to do, and be victorious, on June 27th, I will be a 2-week Division Unified champ. So that's all that matters.
But you want to make
gonna
it
happen.
spectacular.
That's going to happen. I'm just saying, if you playing hypothetical,
you saying the knockout is gonna happen?
the knockout going to happen for sure.
Oh,
So
so
I'm gonna let it come though. You can't go looking for it.
You always
But
talk-
if I don't get it, that's cool. As long as we still looking
get the
good, that's all that
dub, yeah.
matters. Get the win, look good.
You always bring.
Ennis has also been pushing himself to the limit throughout training camp, approaching every sparring session with the same seriousness as fight night itself. He has intensified his work on combinations, defensive movement, and footwork in an effort to erase any weaknesses Zayas might attempt to target. Boots reportedly brought in elite sparring partners capable of mimicking Zayas' pressure and style, making sure every possible scenario is covered before the matchup arrives. Fully focused on victory, Ennis has made it known that his goal is to leave the arena with his hand raised while strengthening his reputation as one of boxing's premier unified champions.
Slow down, slow down.
Blue Blood Sports TV reacted with amazement after seeing the physique Xander Zayas displayed in recent training footage, pointing out how massive the young fighter looked while preparing to compete at the junior middleweight limit. The host emphasized that although both fighters are officially listed with similar height and reach measurements, Zayas appeared noticeably larger and more physically commanding. He also highlighted the fact that Zayas combines that size with slick movement, sharp timing, and strong ring awareness, making him a legitimate threat to Ennis. According to Blue Blood, Zayas could potentially create more problems for Boots and Virgil Ortiz Jr. because Ortiz is considered a more straightforward and predictable opponent stylistically.
Of unified WBO, WBA, junior middleweight Puerto Rican star, undefeated world champion Xander Zayas, who has 23 wins, no loss, no draw, 13 wins by way of knockout. Do y'all see how big Xander Zayas is? Has he revealed his more training footage? His conditioning, strength and conditioning training footage? For his upcoming mega showdown with former lineal unified IBF, WBA Ring Magazine welterweight world champion, now junior middleweight title contender, Jaron Boots Ennis, who is 35 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout. They're going to fight June 27th at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
Blue Blood also stated that the upcoming battle between Xander Zayas and Jaron Ennis will reveal the true level of both fighters. While acknowledging that each man is viewed as a future pound-for-pound talent, he argued that neither has yet gone through a genuine elite-level examination. He believes sharing the ring with someone possessing similar skills and athleticism will force both boxers into uncomfortable situations that expose weaknesses fans have not yet seen. According to the host, exhaustion, pressure, and adversity will ultimately separate the very good fighters from the truly elite, giving boxing fans a much clearer understanding of where each competitor belongs among the sport's best.
What Xander unlocks in Boots and what Boots unlocks in Xander's eyes. That's what I can't wait to see. Because I believe that, you know, what they always say, fatigue makes cowards of us all. Fatigue makes cowards of all of us, right? Well, when you got a guy in front of you that's just as skilled as you and talented as you, right? He gonna reveal some things. He gonna reveal some things. And they gonna reveal some things in each other. You're gonna find out the truth about both dudes. You're gonna find out the truth about both guys come June 28th. We're gonna know the truth about both guys. Both guys are in a position where we believe that uber talented and can be top 10 pound for pound best fights.
Giving his perspective on the matchup, Tim Bradley applauded Xander Zayas for accepting such a dangerous challenge instead of avoiding risk early in his career. Bradley noted that Zayas has carried himself like a polished veteran ever since he was a teenager and rarely appears rattled under pressure. He admitted that if he personally managed Zayas' career, he may have recommended a slower development process before taking on someone as dangerous as Boots Ennis. Even so, Bradley expressed admiration for the young champion's confidence and courage. He added that a victory over Ennis would instantly launch Zayas into another level of stardom, while even defeat could still become an important lesson for his long-term growth.
His heart that he can beat Boots. Truly believes in his heart. And it's going to be amazing to see what happens, man, on that night. It is. It's going to be amazing to see. And if he can pull this off, oh my goodness. A new star is born. Yeah, a new star is born for sure. Puerto Rico is going to be going crazy because they know how dangerous this fight is as well. And they respect the fact that this young man is willing to risk it all. So, hey, he's young. He's 23. Hey, take a leap of faith. If he fails the mission too, I mean, he's still got a lot more years to go, right? It'd be a great learning experience for him as well. So I respect him. I respect both these guys. But I really respect Xander Zayas.
When making his official prediction, Tim Bradley gave Jaron Ennis a 60-40 edge, explaining that he sees Boots as a naturally superior athlete. Bradley pointed out that Ennis is currently in the prime stage of a career at 28 years old, while Zayas still has time before reaching full physical maturity. Although he praised Zayas for being intelligent and technically skilled, Bradley believes Boots possesses another layer of athleticism, creativity, and natural ability that separates him from most fighters. He also suggested that facing an opponent as talented as Zayas could force Ennis to deliver one of the best performances of his career.
Okay.
60-40. I 60-40. I think Boots is just. I think he's more talented. I think he's more talented out of the bunch, and I think that Boots right now is right in the midst of his prime. So when you start hitting that 26, 27, 28 range, man, Xander still, even though his body looks like he's physically mature, right, he's not. You know what I mean? Like he still has 3 to 4 years before he really gets to his full capacity and full man strength. I say around 26, 27-ish. So Boots is just, I think he's right in the midst of his prime, and these are moments that fighters.
Veteran trainer Ronnie Shield predicted that the showdown between Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas has all the ingredients to become an outstanding fight. While recognizing the tremendous talent both men bring into the ring, Shields admitted he leans slightly toward Boots because of the stronger level of opposition Ennis has already faced during his career. However, he strongly warned against overlooking Zayas, emphasizing that champions do not reach that position by accident. Shields explained that if Zayas performs at his absolute best, he has the tools necessary to pull off a major upset. He also stressed that Ennis must remain fully concentrated from start to finish, or he could end up trapped in a much tougher contest than many expect.
You know what? This is going to be a great fight. I mean, really and truly, it's going to be a great fight. Boots has all the skills in the world. He can fight orthodox or southpaw. But Xander can really fight. I mean, this guy is not world champion for nothing. He's world champion for a reason. And, and I know Boots is not going to take this lightly. But, I give the edge to Boots just because of the guys he's fought already. But you can't close your eyes on Xander because this kid can really go. And, if...
Highly respected coach Greg Hackett also shared his thoughts on the Jaron Ennis versus Xander Zayas matchup, predicting convincing victory for Boots. Hackett estimated that Zayas has only around a 20% chance of winning because he has never faced anyone with Ennis's blend of aggression, speed, and skill. Although he acknowledged that Zayas has been competing professionally since his teenage years, Hackett still believes the Puerto Rican fighter remains largely untested against true top-tier opposition. At the same time, he praised Zayas for taking such a risky challenge shortly after becoming a unified champion, noting that many fighters in his position would have chosen a much safer route instead.
He is a good fighter, but where he is in his career, as far as what he's learned, he's never seen nothing like Boots. For Boots, we got guys like Xander in the city. We got guys like that just ain't heard of yet, or they just ain't never get their shot, or they might be a little over the hill. But we got a bunch of guys walking around like that. I'm saying that because not that Boots is sparring those guys. I'm saying we have guys like that. That's just, you know what I mean? That on that, they can handle that. Boots is on a different level when it come to, boxing. Like when it just come to boxing, he's just on a different level. So I got it like an 80.
Analyzing Boots Ennis more closely, Brian Norman Sr. argued that Ennis appears dominant mainly when fighting in comfortable surroundings where he enjoys full support from those around him. Norman claimed that Boots has not built a reputation for traveling to outside gyms and overwhelming elite opponents during sparring sessions. He referenced footage showing Ennis landing repeated punches on a smaller fighter without scoring a knockdown, using it as an example to suggest that Boots' punching power may be exaggerated by fans and media. Norman implied that Ennis' reputation has grown more from operating inside familiar environments rather than consistently proving himself against dangerous world-class competition.
First saw him in the gym, I did think he was a special talent. Let me take that back. I like to be 100% honest. When I first saw him in the gym, I did think he was a special talent. Then some days went by and I had to realize what the fuck was going on. I had to realize what I was looking at. He's a fucking gym fighter. To me, that's just my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? He's a great gym fighter that has his aura, superhero aura in the gym. So when you come in the gym, everybody's, ooh, what's about it? Ooh. Even the person that's coming in, you're in his gym. You ain't heard about him going to nobody else's gym, whooping nobody else. You ain't heard no war stories about him going out of town or going over here and going. You ain't heard that. It's in his house.
Brian Norman Sr. further explained that he once viewed Jaron Ennis as a truly extraordinary talent before eventually changing his opinion after studying him more carefully. He compared Ennis to a superstar athlete dominating lower-level competition, arguing that much of his success has come against opponents who were not considered elite. Norman clarified that he was not officially choosing a winner in the matchup with Xander Zayas, but he believes fans may eventually realize that Boots is a very good fighter rather than an unstoppable destroyer like prime Mike Tyson. He also stated that Ennis lacks a devastating one-punch knockout ability that creates genuine fear among the sport's most elite fighters.
He thinks that Boots is going to... Nah, I didn't say none of that. I never even pick a winner. I never even said Xander was going to beat Boots. But what I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to stand on it, I think y'all going to come to see sooner or later, that Boots is a regular good fighter. He is not special. He ain't no motherfucker you got to watch him when we hit him. He fall out when he was Tyson. Remember how Tyson was? He clip your ass and you go to sleep. Remember that? He's not that kind of fighter. He's not some kind of force that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm watching some of the greats. It's tripping me out. I'm watching some of the greats. He can fight inside. He can fight outside. He can fight. Yeah, but the same thing you said about Brian Norman.
If you enjoyed this full breakdown of the fight and everything surrounding it, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more boxing news, analysis, and future updates from the world of boxing.